And speaking of heroes, what about the ones that live amongst us? As you know, thousands of people have been dealing with floods all the way from Queensland to now halfway down the coast of New South Wales. Heroes don't always wear a cape, they say, and citizens helped citizens. Some who are part of the paid emergency services, many who are the volunteer armies that exist, but also those who were confronted with an opportunity to help their neighbour, they did. And they have done so in spectacular fashion today. Tonight on the show, yes, we will talk about Ukraine, domestic politics. We'll fire up about this, that and the other. But how can we not talk about a scenario where right now 400 people need rescuing and are at this time missing in Lismore in the far north of New South Wales? The latest rain map that is in front of us right now shows that the rain has moved from southeast Queensland, still a bit over the GC, but effectively now it is all about northern New South Wales. In the next couple of hours, it starts to roll still over that area, all the way down through Port Macquarie on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. And in a couple of days, 200 mils is on its way towards Sydney. To give you an idea of how much rain has been falling in the past day alone, the best part of 3/4 of a metre where you can see the red dots, half a metre where you can see the orange dots, and hundreds of mils where you can see lots of others. This will be a big problem tonight, tomorrow, and again for the rest of the week. As the clean-up efforts start to become the attention in Queensland, and we'll get to that in a second, we have to talk about the reality of what was taking place in New South Wales today. A frightening amount of water. A frightening amount of water that burst not one, but three major riverbanks, and centuries of records, well, they've all been beaten in what has happened in the past 24 hours. People have been taken care of left, right and centre. The Premier, however, in New South Wales says it's not just when the rain falls, but it is when the rain flows that problems will continue. That could be, for the next 24 hours, could be even worse than a deadly day today.
This is an unprecedented event. It is worse than expected. And ultimately, we are providing very clear messages, very clear instructions from the SES in relation to those evacuation orders and evacuation warnings.
And as for the SES, they are the ones trying to do their best to pull as many people off the roofs of Lismore, of course, where nightfall has just hit. They will try to do their best throughout the night as well. Again, they say by the time we hit morning and yet another high tide, there could be plenty more to see.
If they can move up to the highest point in their house, if they are stuck in their homes and they do need assistance, to please ring 000 for that assistance, and we will try and get to them if we can. So really it is around being aware, be vigilant of your surroundings. We are expecting more rain. We do expect the river to continue to rise within those northern rivers communities. So make the best and the safe decision for yourself and your family.
And as I mentioned, the reporting is that up to 400 people are currently on the missing list, up to 400 people who need to be rescued. Thousands of people were rescued today, but those hundreds more will have an anxious few hours ahead, and hopefully all of them will be saved.